Good evening, I'm Colin Abrams with the HGP Sportscast. Barbados dents Guyana's Lady Jags World Cup qualifying hopes with a massive 5-1 victory in their third Group D game at Lenora last night. Calvin Chapman has more.
The scoreline didn't reflect the level of competitiveness of the match, in which the Lady Jags drew first blood through defender Tiandi Smith. In the 8th minute, Smith sailed a perfect free kick past Barbados goalkeeper Shanti Brooms from about 24 yards out.
Wonderful will take the free kick and straight to goal, and goal for Guyana through the hands of the keeper.
Barbados' Caitlin Padmore then quelled the Guyanese ovations when her shot got past Guyana's goalkeeper Vicky Joannis in the 16th minute.
Here they are again, and a strike, and
from that moment, it was all downhill for Guyana. In the 20th minute, the Lady Jags were unlucky to concede an own goal through their initial goal scorer, defender Tiandi Smith.
The ball sailed in nicely, Padmore, and the defender there.
The remaining of the first half of the match went back and forth with numerous attacking moves from both teams, with Barbados enjoying slightly more possession for the remaining 25 minutes and a half, which finished 2-1. During the second half, the Bajans bombarded the Lady Jags goal with many long shots and found success 4 minutes into the period when her captain Tia Briggs-Thompson scored the first of her 2 long shot goals for a 3-1 lead. Within seconds, Barbados snuffed out any scent of a comeback by the Lady Jags with another goal. This time, Tiana Seeley got on the score sheet, despite the Jags' fighting spirit being alive. When the Barbados skipper Tia Briggs-Thompson scored a powerful shot from half-pitch, the Guyanese girls were definitely wounded in the 71st minute as the score reached 5-1. During the post-match press brief, the Lady Jags head coach Aquila Costello explained the game plan in the first half.
At the first half, they did attack. The idea was to capitalize going with the breeze, but we didn't go on target with most of the attack. I guess for the second half, they were basically too anxious to attack, and in most cases, the play got broken down before it reached the final third.
Despite the heavy defeat, Costello expressed some pleasure with the girls.
We looking at it as a form of development for these girls, right? Being that they had to learn to play, they had to learn shape, they had to learn to play in a certain system and all these things in a very short space of time, and they came out and they did try their best to execute.
The Lady Jags' next game will be against the mighty Cubans this Sunday.
Thank you, Calvin. More football news. The Ghana male under-15 football team will complete its 3-match preparation for the CONCACAF Under-15 Football Championship in Florida from Sunday, August 13 to 19, with their final practice match against Fatima College tomorrow in Port of Spain, after losing 6-2 to Naparima College at the Manny Ramjohn Stadium in Maribel, South Trinidad yesterday. The Guyanese youth, who drew 1-1 with North Zone in their opening game on Monday, are in Group F of the CONCACAF tournament along with St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Lucia and Suriname, and are being hosted by the Northern Football Association. But the Guyanese under-15s, although being dominated, should be using this experience as exposure against older and better teams, as ideal preparation for their trip to America, as the clinical passing and ball control continued from the most consistent football school side in Trinidad. In basketball, Eagles and Bounty Colts win at Burnham Court as the Georgetown Basketball Association Banks sponsored league resumed last night after a 1-week hiatus. More on this from Calvin Chapman.
Play continued in the Georgetown Amateur Basketball Association's Banks DIH First, Second, and Under-23 Division Leagues tournament after a 1-week hiatus at the Burnham Court with 2 matches on Wednesday night. In the first match, Bounty Colts defeated Cobras 74-47. Defending champs Colts were not hindered by the league's brief recess and picked up where they left off to remain at the top of the Under-23 division. Timothy Thompson was the best player for the Colts with a massive 21 points in a hard-court encounter. Thompson was ably supported by Jafar Gibbons, who scored 13 points inclusive of 1 3-pointer. In the second match on Wednesday night, 2015 Second Division champions Eagles continued their good effort to retain the title with an edgy 72-69 victory over University of Guyana Trojans. The lead was between both sides throughout the match, but Eagles showed more grit near the end and came out on top. The break bode well for the Eagles captain Belgrave, who buried a game-high 26 points that included one three-pointer as the national youth and senior player led from the front. Shamar Huntley continued to impress with his consistency with a valued 15 points in the Eagles' win. The tournament continues tomorrow night at the Cliff Anderson Sports Hall with 2 matches.
We tell you now in horse racing, the Ghana Cup excitement is set for this Sunday at the Rising Sun Turf Club, Port Morant. The Ghana Cup horse race meet is set to pay out over $14 million in cash and prizes when the event runs off this Sunday at the Rising Sun Turf Club, Port Morant, with the most exciting race of the day being the B-Class and lower 1600 meters race, having a cash payout of $2.5 million, and the E3 and lower 1100 meters race with a cash payout of over $2 million. Horses set to compete on Sunday in the featured race are Princess She Is Not, Lady Budapest, Jack in My Style, Vera's Finally, It's My Choice, Brave Style, Just Call Me Boss, Setting Star, Golden Blue Echo, and Climate Change. The meet is set to begin at 11:30 a.m. The event was organized and sponsored by Jumbo Jet Auto Sales and Banks DIH. And that is it for sports this evening. Back to you, Travis.